phase.
Wow. Third phase of moon. Blake Cousins here, pumped up. Big week. Man, this is getting exciting right here at third phase of moon. That was some Paul Barrett music. I'm just getting stoked about what's going down in at third phase. Let me tell you, this last week's Friday radio show got over 100,000 views on our third phase of moon. People are waking up that, hey, we're not alone, people. We got a lot of callers calling in tonight. We're going to try to get to every single one of them. You know, I got something to say tonight that, you know, all the subscribers out there and the people that watch third phase of moon and leave their opinions, let me tell you, they're sharpening up. People are getting smart and on it, because when a video gets posted, the thumbs up of what's being seen is a pretty good indicator of what's going on videos, and third phase of moon sees this. And I gotta say, this Bryant video that came out of Brian Irvin captured this video of a classic flying saucer. It's on YouTube, third phase moon. We're going to be going over some of that video. We got in contact with Brian. He says this is real. It's not a joke. He is incapable of doing any kind of CGI. So what you're seeing in this video, captured by Brian Irving, is real, people. And what it is was captured by a few other people across the United States at around the same time of this massive object in the sky, whatever it was, captured last week on the eastern coast. You know, contact third phase moon if you've captured what this is, because you know, it's something quite large. And I think the world's waking up that, well, maybe what we're looking at is reverse alien technology being utilized by the government from around the world, maybe doing slight exposure into disclosure coming here real soon, because, you know, this stuff's in your face. Now, I want to get to people's callers. We're going to try to get to everybody tonight, so we'll try and keep each individual down to about 5-6 minutes, and then we'll move along, because time's short right here at Third Phase Moon Friday Night Radio Show. The number to call in is 347-934-0378. This is Blake Cousins taking your call, so let's get to it. 719, you're live. Third Phase Moon. Is it Troy? Troy, hey, thanks for waiting.
Yes, no problem. Thanks, Blake. I have a story for you.
Thank you. Let's hear it.
Well, I have a lot of illustrations and a lot of video I made on Troy's channel on YouTube. I put some of them in the comments on some of your videos. I love Third Phase of Moon, and I'm so glad that I could get this radio station. This is great. I had an abduction experience about 24 years ago.
Hey, Troy, Troy, before we get to your experience, I just want to know, what was your YouTube channel again? I want to take a look at that.
My name is all capital letters except for the S. Troy's channel.
Oh, Troy's channel. We got it. We'll take a look. Can I share some of your images to Third Phase Moon?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
you can go to Troy's channel, Facebook, Troy's fan channel, Instagram, Troy's channel, Google Plus, Troy's channel, YouTube.
Gotcha. Can we share it on our Third Phase of Moon channel? We'll put the link. We'll put your link on for sure. That's how we roll. Okay, let's hear your abduction story that happened, 24 years ago? Wow. How old were you?
Yeah. Well, I've been having experiences since I was about 6 or 7, and I always talk to people about these beings, and isn't it cool how UFOs fly over, and people are like, no. And I'm like, you know, the ships that come over, because I thought when I was young that everybody knew this. So I was discouraged because people were saying, oh, well, maybe it's a satellite or this and that. Well, as I got older and older, I started realizing that what I'm seeing are these, I thought were alien spacecraft. So anyway, one day I knew when I was about 23 that I was going to have an incredible experience. I lived in California, in Santa Cruz. And I kept getting all these signs that I'm going to move somewhere, and it ended up that I moved to Sedona, Arizona. Well, I went out there to paint houses with my uncle, and the climate is so nice out there, we all decided to camp out. So I got a tent, and I went way out towards Long Canyon, and I had the experience that has I don't know if it's plagued me or what, but I had an experience with these beings that people think are alien beings. But what I had an experience with was they came to me in my tent, and there was a little one, there was a couple of little ones, there was a tall one. I'm trying to say this real quick because I know you have other callers. There was a tall one.
It's okay. Let me get a question in, Troy. So were you by yourself camping out?
Yes, I was by myself. I'm enjoying life. I was living outside for about a year at the time. I think it was around September. And I heard this.
And then all of a sudden they approached you in the tent. Let me tell you, that's kind of crazy. We've been getting there's a man that called in, and he said when he was about 14 years old that he he killed an alien as it tried to enter his tent. So this is quite interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I probably have an answer about that, which is kind of strange that somebody could kill an alien. But anyway, I heard this strange wind twirling in the air. It was getting louder and louder, and as it came towards my tent up above me, I thought I heard a branch I imagined in my mind a branch getting blown out of the tree and landing on the ground. And it went crunch, and everything stopped. No more wind, no more insect sounds. And so I'm sitting in my tent and, getting ready to go to sleep. It's probably about 2 or 3 in the morning because I used to work late. And all of a sudden, I heard somebody take 4 footsteps. Now, usually you would hear somebody approaching you, coming towards your tent, 30, 40, 50 footsteps. But I just heard somebody standing there, and they decided to take 4 footsteps. Then I was thinking, who the hell is that? Who's outside my tent? And they're just standing there. And I said, I hope you know that I know you're there, and I also hope you know I am fully protected, because I didn't know who it was. And I thought it was some dude, 3 o'clock in the morning, just standing next to my tent. I heard a swallowing sound and a stomach growling sound, and I'm like, he's still there. And he just swallowed and made a growling, gurgly sound in the stomach. The next thing I know, I see this like little silver thing by my door. Now, you know those nylon zippers on the tent doors? If you keep zipping them over and over and over, they don't work anymore.
Sure. Yep. They wear out after a while.
Yeah, they wear out, and you just push it, it just unzips. So I just used to tuck it underneath. I had a 4-man dome tent with a queen-size mattress. So it was wide open all the time. So I see this little silver thing, like somebody's holding this little antenna-like spike thing next to the tent. And I'm like, what the hell is that guy holding there? What is he doing? What is that? And then I heard this noise. It sounded like you would to a squirrel or something. The sound was like.
Okay.
And
we're gonna have to move along. Yeah, and then what?
Okay. So then I heard these sounds, and I saw this little silver thing, and then the next thing I know I see this hand, and this being comes into my tent and starts reaching towards me, and I was looking at it as it was getting closer and closer to my head.
Wow.
And I was like, it was in the middle of the night. It was freaking me out. Something was telling me that's not real, but I heard the polyester sound of it sliding against the door, and my brain said, if I can hear it, and I couldn't take it, and I passed out. The next thing I know, I'm standing.
Let me ask you this. So you saw hands. You saw the hands of this.
I saw a little hand holding the spike thing, and then
how many
he started.
Can you recall how many fingers?
Three fingers holding.
So that was
it's all on my Facebook. I've been obsessed with this for 24 years. It's all on the Facebook, all on Google Plus, all my art, all of the.
I'm looking at your drawings that you did. So that's cool that we're sharing this. Go ahead.
Cool, yeah, because I've been doing this all my life. And everybody thinks I'm obsessed. I'm like, it's put me into shock. It's changed my life. So anyway, the next thing I know I'm leaning over, and I wake up and I'm looking at the ground. and I'm barefoot, and I'm outside my tent. And I was just kind of all like Novocaine, numb and tingly all over. And then there was a time where, you know how you see something out of the corner of your eye and then you jerk your head to look at it. Well, I saw this short-looking one with the big, huge eyes, and it looked like a little one with a huge head. And when I saw it, I was like, I couldn't believe it. So I went to throw up. I was like, oh, my God, no way. I went to throw up, and then I passed out. And then later on, however long later, I woke up again, and I'm poking my feet on all these little sharp objects and things because I felt all numb and tingly, and I felt like something was behind me. And I said, I'm going to count to 3, and I'm going to look behind me. And I turn my head slowly, and I look up at this 13-foot tall leader one, kind of looking like a praying mantis-looking one, kind of an ant head-looking one. And in that split second, I was looking at me. I could see the tent. I could see everything from his point of view. I became him looking at me. I felt like I was the pine tree. I became one with everything. I could feel all the rocks, all the everything in there. So the next thing I know, I'm back in my tent. Are you there?
Oh, I'm listening. No doubt about it. And,
okay.
So are you from Colorado Springs, Troy?
Yes, I'm from Colorado Springs.
Okay. You know what?
That was the short version.
Yeah, I know. I bet you we could. Yeah, your story sounds very interesting. And unfortunately, I think what we need to do is get you back so we could continue off where we just did. But you know what? Stand by because people might have some questions for you. And
okay.
You know that's quite amazing.
I want to point out one thing real quick.
Okay. Sure thing.
When I had this experience, I just had to say real quick because I wanted to get it all out there that this experience happened. I have all these illustrations. It's changed my life. So one of the things that I felt, people say they do telepathy. When I had this experience, I was looking at me through its eyes. They do this thing, I think, with nanotechnology. I think they submerge everything in nanotechnology and everything becomes one. So it's not a telepathy, it's you become them and they become you. Because I felt like I was the pine tree, I felt like I was all the rocks. I was like Troy, all the rock, Troy, the tree, Troy, the alien looking at me. But what I got from that experience is there was something else controlling them and that they were just cloned avatars. They are tools, but something else is inside them, and maybe hundreds of other beings are using this cloned avatar as the experience. So like when this other person you said that may have killed an alien, they're not aliens, they're clones, they're tools. So they would never risk their own life. They use these cloned avatars, beings, to do these things. That's why they can travel the speeds they do and stuff. Using nanotechnology, I think.
That's quite amazing. You know, I'm looking at one of your, and now I'm looking at a photograph, and at 4 a.m. I hear footsteps turning into rock.
Yeah.
There's this thing that's showing some kind of wand. You know what, Troy? And this is quite interesting because Troy just might have found out the mystery to what was his name? The caller, the 14-year-old boy. Brett's trying to recall it. We got to get it. Somebody could help me out. We get a lot of callers, but in regards to this, after the alien was killed, he killed it with a stick. It turned into this liquid kind of thing, and basically what I think what Troy's trying to say is that this is basically grease for the whale. Basically, these things are just machines. They're not. There's nothing to them, and they're being used by the aliens above. Is it something like this, Troy? Am I on the right track?
Yes, and like the Roswell thing, they didn't crash. They purposely crashed because they want to infiltrate with nanotechnology because these dead alien bodies, which are cloned avatars, I call them disposable cloned avatars. They are put together with nanotechnology. So when the military comes in and takes these aliens from the Roswell crash, they are actually wanting them to, because they're going to put nanotechnology all over their hands, all over their underground base, whatever they did with these, with the craft and the equipment. This kid killed this alien he thinks is an alien, and it disintegrates. There's been videos of people seeing these things accidentally, and they flash and disappear because they're not real. It's almost like the beaming technology, like when Captain Kirk would beam to a planet. Imagine if they just beamed a robot or something down there, and through the eyes of this robot, Captain Kirk did his thing. So it's like, instead of beam me up and do this and that, they use cloning technology and nanotechnology, and they upload their consciousness into the spacecraft, into robots, into these cloned avatars.
You know, that is astonishing and mind-bending, to say the least. And that's what I love about Third Phase Moon Friday radio shows. You get to hear this, and people get to share this to the world right now. Man. Troy, stand by. We're going to get, I want you to call in. So next week, maybe people got callers. We're going to be sharing your drawings, your renditions of these encounters, the insight you have. I'm sure you got so much more to say, but for now, we're going to have to get to other callers. And maybe they got questions for Troy, but let's get to, I think we got Lee waiting. Lee.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi, how you doing, brother?
Good, man. Welcome
Am
to
I
Third
here?
Phase Moon. Yep. What do you got to share tonight?
First,
Or you got a question? Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you for the platform, and I want to thank you for an outlet, and I want to thank you for the freedom, brother. Now, I'm a straight talker, and I want to cut to the chase. I don't want to waste any time here. When I was 3 years old, one of the earliest memories I can remember was my parents took me to see a drive-in movie of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And it was a crystal clear night, and I was mesmerized by this. And I'd never been to a drive-in anyway. And I was, 3 years old, and it was in Rockville, and it literally, when that ship flew up into the sky, it melded into the real sky. It was that cool. So anyway, I knew what a UFO was, as far as in my head, as a 3-year-old. All right, so dig it. When I'm 4, I'm at a family reunion, okay? And I'm standing outside. It's like the sun is not set or anything. It's like you can see clear, and it was like, springtime, and all the grown-ups were, just standing around talking, and I was only 4, so I was trying to I was just standing around, and you know how they ignore kids? Sometimes the grown-ups don't pay attention. And
Sure.
I was just standing around, so I look up, and I see a UFO. And I knew it was a UFO because I saw Close Encounters, and I played with blocks trying to recreate where they landed after I saw the movie, my mom told me. And I didn't even remember that. But anyway, so I knew what I was looking at. The problem was no one else noticed. And I was trying to get everybody's attention. And this thing looked like it was about, this is in Bethesda, okay? And my whole family was there. I was the only one who saw this. And it literally hovered in one direction, and it slowly turned. Now, the problem is I see 2 American stars on it, one on either side. And that doesn't make sense to me because in the UFOs that I thought about from Steven Spielberg or, Star Wars, which hadn't come out yet, I don't think, but, the UFO idea, why are American stars on this? This is upsetting me. So I run down, and I try to get my dad, but he's talking to another adult, and he's just like, yeah, I got away. So I run back up to see this thing, and I run past the grown-ups who don't see me, and I ran through my grandmother's backyard following this thing, and I watched it slowly. I mean, it went very slowly. It was a complete disc, like a UFO, but an American star on either side, okay? Now, I knew the difference at that age. I have a kind of empathic ability a little bit in my family, in my mom's side, so I can kind of feel things in a different way, sometimes more intense. But anyway, I tried to get validation about it. Nobody saw it, and I knew I wasn't dreaming. And when I finally tried to, I was too young for anyone to understand me at that time, but I knew what I saw, and so I suppressed it because everybody who would talk about UFOs like they were real in the 70s would think you were crazy. So I didn't want, and I got in trouble at school. You know, I was never very good in school, so I didn't want to get more trouble or be called crazy. So I was like bipolar anyway. You know, so I was like, I have no credibility. They're going to think I'm an idiot or whatever. So one day in junior high, I look at this Air Force book for some reason, and I see something similar looking, but it had a hovering thing in the middle of it, and it had the stars, but not the but the hovering thing was not what I saw. Now, on your show, this is what I'm calling your show, or I think, or what led me to call your show is I saw this disclosure movie, and I'm just sitting there. And like 40 minutes into it, I see this thing that I saw when I was 3 years old that I've been holding on to, and I would not talk about it, and a lot of other dramas were going on. But it was an unresolved thing with me, and nobody cared. And one time it came up when I was 19, and my uncle brought it up, and all he did was sit there and run it down, you know, and I was like, if you're going to eat me down, I know you want to talk about it. Because I can't prove it. You know, but then, like, when I see this movie and I see this footage, I took a picture of it and I took video to send all of my friends and my family to prove that what I saw was real, brother. Because what it was, they explained what it was. It was backward engineered. I'm not hip with all the computer stuff, but, like, it was back engineered UFO from Roswell kind of like technology that the military was testing. That's what I think it was.
Well, you know, I think you hit the nail on the head there, Lee. You're exactly right. What we're seeing, in my opinion, is some of ours, but some of theirs as well, mixed in. What Lee just shared is exactly what most people have had, the stigma about this UFO phenomenon, that when people see these sightings, they're afraid of ridicule. They're afraid of losing their jobs. They're afraid of being teased in school. And now there's an open avenue right here at Third Phase for people to share this and not, you know, just share it to the world. There it is, and people are responding in great ways. Like I said, 100,000 listeners and watched right here at Third Phase of Moon on our YouTube channel. Quite amazing. Lee just shared this story to Third Phase of Moon, and that's what's quite exciting about this. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to get to a lot of callers. We got a bunch more callers, so stand by. Blake Cousins, Third Phase of Moon. We'll be right back.
Third Phase of Moon.
Third Phase of Moon. Third Phase of Moon.
That's right. Third phase of moon's back. Blake Cousins here, and I got to tell you, there's a lot of callers in tonight, and it's quite incredible. And Benjamin's been waiting for about 30 minutes now to get on the show. We're going to try and get to everybody tonight. Let's get to it. Benjamin, you there? 520.
Hey, what's going on, Blake?
Hey, man, thanks for waiting. How you doing? Where are you calling from?
All right. I'm calling from Tucson, Arizona.
All right, man. You said you wanted to share, or you had a question for Third Phase Moon? How was it?
No. Well, the story and a question. I've been trying to post videos for you guys for quite a few months now, and I'm just not that technologically genius.
Okay.
But I did see most of them are nighttime, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of them are military operations, but
yeah.
They're kind of crazy traffics out here. But yesterday during the daytime, I caught my first daytime UFO, and it was a very clear flying saucer. I got video of it. My girlfriend's seen it. Her mom's seen it.
And you got some video of a flying saucer yesterday in broad daylight?
Yes.
Okay, do you have a YouTube channel? Did you upload it there?
Yeah, that's the only thing I know how to do to upload it. And the thing is, I don't know how to make it where other people can view my YouTube.
Well,
because I've got no views on any of my videos.
Benjamin, it's a tough world out there on YouTube, my friend. Let's get your YouTube channel and let's share this to the world right now. What's the name?
All right, it's Samuel Boylan.
Samuel.
Samuel, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Boylan, Boylan. One
word, one?
No, it's two words. Samuel Boylan, yeah. That's just my channel.
All right, man. We're gonna pull that up.
I just uploaded the one from yesterday about 20 minutes ago. Okay,
well,
I don't take very good video. All I have to work with is my cell phone. It's a pretty crappy cell phone, so the video I do take is the best I can really get away with.
Okay, let's get a flip it for you. Do you got that? That's Samuel Boylan. See if you can find me the link. I'm having a hard time. Maybe there's a lot of Samuel Boylans out there on YouTube, and maybe you got to name it something else for it to be seen. But let's get back to Benjamin real quick. We'll try and pull that video up. Flip it, you there? Let's search that. He's Flip It's our man to go to on the chat line. He goes by Flip It for you. He's always here every week trying to help out. Samuel Boylan. I don't see it. Is that the first name? Yeah, right. I don't think we're getting it. That's unfortunate. Well, let's see. We're going back to Benjamin at 520. So let me just make sure I'm spelling this right. Samuel. Samuel.
Samual.
Let's try that.
Samuel.
There's no D at the end of Boylan. It's just Boylan with an N.
No, it's just Boylan. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I'm subscribed to you guys too. You guys were one of the first channels I subscribed to.
Samuel, go to my About page on the YouTube channel, okay? There's an About page, right? And if you, punch in the little, you have to decipher a little code, and you'll get my email address there. Email me your video or a link to your video, okay?
That's what Blake, that's what I did last time, but it's saying because I'm emailing everything from my...
Let me get this daylight video first, this daylight UFO sighting, because I get a lot of nighttime footage, and, I can't respond to every single flash in the sky, but it sounds like you captured something good this time, right?
Yeah, in the naked eye, it was a red metallic saucer.
Okay,
and it was moving kind of fluidly. But on the video camera from my phone, it looks like a orb or a blip. It comes out completely different looking.
Gotcha. Well, you know what, man? I'd still like to take a look at your video. And when was this? Where exactly was this? It was captured yesterday.
This was yesterday around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I just came back from the VA emergency room. I fractured a couple ribs.
How'd you do that?
I fell down some stairs. I got some combat injuries, and I'm not too stable on my feet anymore.
Wow. So you've served for our country.
I did 8 years, 3 years in Iraq.
Oh, man. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So that was Benjamin. We're going to try and get his videos. And definitely, you keep in touch. You got our email. I'm sure we get your videos. Sorry, Benjamin. I don't get to get back to everybody. It's almost impossible. But I go over every single video. And when we see something that we like, we get back to them right away. And maybe, Benjamin, you captured something good. And it sounds you got to get new equipment sometimes when you're capturing UFOs on a kind of a timely manner. 320, you're live, Third Phase Moon. Welcome to the show.
Hey, hello. Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. I hear you loud and clear.
Hi. Okay,
Vincent?
I can't. My name is Vincent Fisher,
Vincent,
Fischer.
Gotcha.
And I live in Litchfield, Minnesota, and the beings and the orb ships, I call them orb ships. They've been coming to my house for 7 years now. And I'm nervous but
it's all right.
They're
man.
my friends.
Relax.
They're my friends, and I'm not a storyteller about it. I don't know how to really create a story like these other guys. I'm not as good storyteller as these guys that you're talking to. But they're my friends, and they come and see me all the time. My wife sees them, and my daughter and my son see them. And the big orb ships that were here the first time are pretty big. They were 300 feet across. There's two of them with the little flares, little flare ships that were coming out of them. But anyway, I don't know where to start. I mean, it's been 7 years of knowing them, and I'm friendly with them. And they come down with the orb ships, and they turn the soft light glow on when they're lower. Otherwise, they fly up. And it's not just that. They have.
All right, Vincent, slow down. Hold on. Take a deep breath, because we want to get this information in clear, and we want to get this in a way so people could understand it in a clear way. And my first question to you, Lee, is who are they? That's that's the big question. And why are they?
Those are things that they scolded me already. I mean, I can tell you the one story. What happened was.
Who are they? Who are they, Vincent?
That's the thing. That I got scolded once already for that from them. And they have these huge ships. The beings in the ships. I don't know how to explain. I don't want to say everything because I don't know where this is. I mean, I'm friendly with them. They come down. If I ask them to come down, I drive truck. I have a side dump. Like the Metrodome job down in Minneapolis, I tore the Metrodome down. If you knew the man, me, and you knew the whole story of what, from the first time I ever met them and the ongoing communication we have, and they're my friends. They actually care about all of us. I mean, that's my message to you guys. It's nothing scary. They care about us. They really do. They've showed me this. They have huge ships, and they have a blue gravitational field anchor off the front of their ships. And one was parked over Litchfield, Minnesota. We're just 80 miles west of the metro. And it was parked up here at about 80 to 90,000 feet. And these are huge ships. I mean, 5 miles across and 10 miles long, but they're all blacked out. But they got to keep that blue gravitational field anchor on the front. And the one night they had one over by Cokato. That's 30 miles west or east of me. And then, but I'm just saying this is ongoing, and I can just tell you about their ships, and that's the thing I get in trouble for. I can't tell too much of that because I got scolded already. They scolded me like, no. But they told me, they said,
hold on a sec.
Nobody will listen.
Wait, hold on, man. Hold on. I know you want to get this information out, and that's very important. My question is very simple. And let's see if we could get an answer. How do you know that they're friendly? Did they tell you? And what did they tell you? And how?
Yeah, they showed me that they care. They care. There was a kind of misunderstanding, but I'll tell you what happened on that occasion. They're flying around with the scout ships up here, like 10, 15 of them. They're doing the research. They're doing research, biological and whatnot. And I was on the phone with my dad, It wasn't last fall. It was the fall before. I'm not good with times either or nothing. I mean, I wrote down some stuff in times, but they were up there doing the scout ship stuff and flying around, and they come down and say hi. I'm like, hey, how's it going tonight, guys? We're going to come down and say hi. And then they light the ship up, and, and they fire up the ship a little bit higher and bigger, and they come down and but anyway, jumping all over again. Yeah, well, anyway, I went out on the deck, and I was talking to my dad on the phone, and they're listening right now. I hate to say it, they test. It's like I feel that's what they do. They test. They do a lot of testing, right? So me communicating with you.
Okay, Vincent, I'm trying to get a simple answer, but I'm not getting it quite not clear coming from you yet. Let me just get to another question and see if this comes in. This is from Flycatch. He's on our flash ad, and he's got a question for you. Well, he says I should ask you, why are you so important to the aliens?
Well, at first, I'm thinking it was just a misunderstanding and some interaction. See, what happened was in 2009, we were doing a construction job down in the city, and it was 6 o'clock in the morning, and that could start from the beginning, but it's like 7 years of stuff. I mean, where do you start, right? And
where were you doing the construction? Where was the construction at? What were you building? Was it something that was...
We were building roads. We're building roads. I'm a road builder.
Okay.
Gravel, side dumping. Gravel. And like I said, I was trying to get to I tore down the Metrodome down there, that big total top Metrodome, the last winter before, and that's kind of stuff I do, And, well, they flew over my truck, and they were only 50 feet above my truck, and it was 600 feet long. And, I mean, this is a story, I guess I could tell you. That's the first time I ever seen them, and it's kind of more dramatic than that. And they flew with me all the way to Hutch, out in the field, but nobody could see them because I just seen them, so I'm focusing on them. My wife was getting off work. She works at 3M, and that whole incident happened that morning. Well, then I told that story for 3 years, and nobody believed me. I'm like, I know there's something. I didn't get into aliens or any of this stuff. None of it. I was just doing, living. Well, 3 years I told that story, and my wife hated it. They were really sick of it because I'm like, I know that they're real now. I know. I've seen them. I've seen them. So 3 years went by. And then on Thanksgiving night, that 3 years later, and I don't know if I wrote that time down, and I try to tell people, but they told me no one will listen to you, and if they do listen, they won't believe you. So, but I said, I got to try anyway. I want to try anyway. I want to try to get people to know that if they're okay, that's fine. Everything's cool. I mean, I see all this stuff on the internet now. I can see like the 3-position the orb ships and stuff, and like, well, that's what they do. That's them. So I know that video is real. The internet thing. I go on there and look and see, I can see because I know what ships they have and what they've been doing, and I can see more. So I have the idea. So they know this. So it's like, well, Vince knows. Vince knows. So I know that they know that I know, and they know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's the last option? I suppose to be my friend. So it's like we're friends. They come down and they say hi. They come all the time. On Wednesday night they came down, and Wendy doesn't like them because at first they would come. Okay,
I got to stop you there, Vincent. So when these guys come around, and if you're going to do something that's going to change up the world, dude, are you going to videotape this as they come in, or are they going to scold you, and how do they scold you?
Well, they scolded me because they come down with a laser light, and the aperture of the laser light still burned in my head. I swear a lot. I'm trying not to swear.
Now this is getting weird because you were just saying that they're good and they're going to be helping us out, and they're hitting you with laser.
No. I was showing somebody that wasn't. They didn't want me to show them and pinpoint their ships out to him and to show them because the object for them is everybody can talk about it, and everybody can know all about it and talk about it, but they don't really know. They don't really know. So they don't know the truth. They don't really.
Let me ask you this. Would they have any problem coming forward? And I think they're already showing themselves already. We've already got some photographic and video evidence from aliens from around the world, people that have submitted, and there's some compelling evidence out there. What's their problem with them?
That's what they're doing.
What's their problem with them having you film them and sharing it with us?
I don't film them, and I don't do anything that I shouldn't do because it's not about me. I'm not.
What would be the problem if they would, share it with us at Third Phase. Just give us something.
Well, that's the thing, though. That would be up to them, and they're doing that. You're seeing some of their ships. You're seeing their orb ships fly over cities, and they come down, and they're doing this on purpose. They're doing it on purpose to get you to see more and more and more of them, so you have it in your mind that, hey, there is something going on. What are these things? Who are they? What's going on? You guys are talking about it now. I mean, that's their process. That's what I see. I mean, this is my speculation, but this is on that part of it. I mean, I can just tell you that.
There's a lot of information, and Vincent, that's I appreciate your call in, and I want you to give them a personal message if they're coming by on a weekly basis and being invited, and basically as guests to your home. Ask them when they're around the dinner table. From Blake Cousins, right here at Third Phase Moon, please come forward and allow some evidence. And just a little. I call in next week and see what if you have an answer for me, Vincent. I sure would like to have you back. Okay, Vincent? That's Vincent with incredible encounter with extraterrestrials, as he calls them, and they're not all bad. None of them are. It's all good, and that's a good feeling, in my opinion. And I believe in the caller. Trust me, even though he's a little nervous and he's talking real fast, I believe he experienced something that's outer-worldly. Okay, let's get to the next caller. We got 405 waiting for a while, and I got to thank him. He calls himself the Mysterious Friend. Welcome to Third Phase, man.
Hey, Blake, what's going on? Just want to say, great show the last 2 weeks, and especially when you did a special on that UFO, big old UFO in Los Angeles. I'd say that's definitely a UFO, if you ask me, brother.
You know what, man? That was a historic moment. A lot of people. I think I had over 100 videos and probably about 300 photographs that came in, and they wanted to share it with Third Phase. So I'm glad that people do that, and we're on tap. And I thought we covered that quite well as breaking news came in. Anyway, Mysterious Friend, you got something to share? You got a question? Go ahead.
Well, this is more of a question. Earlier this week, there's been a drop, of course, of new TV Ninja Turtles, Dimension X, my favorite, all-time show as a child. When I was young, I never questioned aliens because I always thought aliens were just made up. But when you got shows like X-Files, being popular for 10-plus seasons, I'm not sure how long it's been on, but shows like that, Serenity, Firefly, I think it was called Firefly. But when you look at pop culture like in our comic books, movies, TV shows, video games, does it really make you want to question, or it makes me want to question, are aliens real? And yet, when I discovered Third Phase Moon, it really piqued my interest more. And I just want to thank you for piquing my interest even more, Blake, because this past year, you have really opened my mind so much. And I'm a very open-minded person, sir.
Wow. That's humbling, to say the least. And you know what? That, what's been coming in to Third Phase of Moon for the past couple of years has been quite amazing. And, yeah, it's not me. I put it out there. Yeah, it's a lot of hard work, what we do, and talk to the people and get it out and analyze it. And, all that takes a lot of work. But it's the people out there that we got to thank. Thank you, everybody that keeps their eyes on the skies and has a camera and a story. Even if they don't capture, like the callers in tonight, they get to share. And also, Mysterious Friend, it's funny that you mentioned the X-Files, because they reached out to Third Phase of Moon last week, or a couple of weeks ago, as that Los Angeles event went down. They were really interested in that footage. And we were able to, work out a thing where they actually featured some of video footage that was submitted to Third Phase of Moon on a trailer coming up for the X-Files return. And, I'm not plugging X-Files. I've always thought it was a pretty cool show, but it's kind of iconic to be on an X-Files trailer. It's on YouTube if you go to the X-Files channel. It's pretty...
I was big at X-Files back in, 90s. So, I remember watching the first movie, and aliens, you can see what the aliens can do. But, yeah, it was just like that big heavy on conspiracies. But yet, anything that has like a sci-fi, alien twists, I've always been drawn more to those than a regular old sci-fi show because, I've watched, a lot of, anime shows, and yet they always have very interesting alien species, and yet I'm like, how can they make such a beautiful ancient alien species be so real? Some of them are based mostly humanoid, but some of them are really disgustingly bug-like. Look at Halo, Mass Effect.
Let me ask you
Wars.
this.
Those are really good franchises that have an alien species.
Absolutely. You know what? I'm looking forward. I've been waiting for 30 years for this, my friend. And the new Star Wars coming out. I've been waiting to see Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, back, and Chewbacca. Man, it's finally my dreams come true because I'm going to tell you, when I first saw Wars, when I was about 5 years old when it came out, it changed my life forever and made me
I remember watching
that,
watching Star Wars as a child. I'm still addicted to just the opening credits. That opening theme, that the text scrolling on your screen. Stuff like that really got me in sci-fi back in the day. But now it's just video games, comic books. You name it, I'm into it.
Well, that's cool, man. Mr. Friend, appreciate you calling in. And you stay tuned to Third Phase of Moon because I know we haven't seen anything yet. Thanks for calling in, man.
All right. Thanks, Blake.
All right, man. That was a mysterious friend calling in, sharing his thoughts on the sci-fi genre and the alien phenomenon at the same time. Quite incredible. 757. Welcome to Third Phase, man. You're live.
What's going on, Blake?
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing, man? Hey, it's UFO. It's UFO, bro. I called in last week.
Yo, UFO, bro. What's up, man? I got your orb footage. I saw some of it, and you captured an orb.
Yes, sir. Yes, I did. And look, since then, I have been making so much contact. I need everybody that's listening to go check out my YouTube channel, UFO, bro. I've been making contact on a daily basis. Since that time, I've uploaded, I think, 5 more videos. If you want to actually peep out my channel, I have a video. It's the second from last video I just dropped. It's called Redhead Humanoid UFO.
Redhead Humanoid UFO. You know what? I'm going to take a look at it, and maybe we're going to share it tonight on Third Phase Moon. If I could get it up tonight as fast as I possibly can, would that be all right?
Yes, UFO, sir. Bro? But I just want to talk to you a little bit about what's been going on, okay?
Okay, man. We only got a few minutes, and I got a few callers left. I guess we'll have to go a little extended because I have to get to everybody.
I understand. I'm gonna be quick.
Yep.
I'm gonna be quick. All right. So within this little bit of time that I've been making contact, I really feel like these orb beings and these light beings are angelic and they're consciousness based. I believe that they're trying to help us reach higher consciousness, and I've really been feeling a change in myself, just in the past couple of weeks of making contact. I don't think they're here to hurt us. I think there's definitely different types of UFOs and aliens or whatever, but whatever I'm experiencing and what I'm seeing is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard of other people having these same experiences, feeling like they've been getting higher consciousness or if they're getting some type of like DNA download from them or whatever. But from what I've been experiencing, it's definitely non-threatening. I've been I told you last week that I've been watching summoning videos. So basically, I guess I've been summoning them or whatever. But ever since they've started really showing up, I've been seeing a lot of like government helicopters and stuff too. Even today.
You know what I'm thinking? UFO, bro, I just looked at your video, and anybody could take a look at it for themselves. In my opinion, it's not a redhead humanoid UFO, dude. It almost looks, it's a drone, in my opinion. It's correct me if
everybody thinks, but that's what everybody thinks. But you got to look closely because if you look around, like on the orbs on the outside of it that are the 2 orbs, look closely at those lights. There's like a red.
Hold on a second. UFO bro, I have a drone myself, and they blink. They have red blinky lights, man. They do. It's called a DD fan.
Listen, Listen, in this video and in my other videos, if you watch closely when it's played in slow motion, you see this is the thing. They don't want everybody to see. They want the people that look very closely to see. You can see them morphing. This happens in more than one of my videos.
All right, guys, UFO Bro, so basically what you're saying is that these things are mimicking a drone and they're not drones whatsoever.
Yes, sir. They are mimicking.
Okay. UFO Bro has a statement that some people say this, and if you're dealing with UFO technology on a nanoscale and they're doing this and they want to hang out close to us, why wouldn't you want to mimic? But man, it's hard for me to wrap my head around it, but I do understand people's statements because there's some weird mimic planes that I've seen, weird mimic drones, I guess. But whatever it is, I don't know what it is.
Look, I just want to say, I know it's really hard to believe and all, but I'm trying to help wake up the world. I'm actually having a summoning event tomorrow. I'm getting people to come for witnesses so they can see this with their own eyes. I want all of y'all. I just want everybody to.
We're gonna give you the quick give it out 20 seconds. Where's the UFO summoning event? Then we've got to get to next callers. You got it, UFO Bro. Right?
It's gonna be in Newport News. I can't give out a location because it's gonna be at my house. It's just gonna be local. But I just want everybody to check out my channel for evidence. And I thank you for having me on the show, dude. I'm gonna be listening to all the rest of the callers.
Thank you, UFO Bro. And if it's a mimic, then it's a mimic. In my opinion, I think it's a drone. So keep it. It's just my opinion. And other people were saying on the flash chat that it looks like a drone. But you know what? Let's get to the next caller. We got a few minutes left. We might go a little extended. 754, you're live, third phase. Hello? 754.
Hello?
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah, you're coming in a little broken up. Go ahead.
Let me take you off speaker. How's this?
That's you're doing good, man. We only got a few minutes left on the show. You got a UFO sighting?
I just want to tell you about, I saw in late October 2013, I was in Fort Lauderdale, Florida at work, and I saw this bright orange light coming across the sky north to south. It's the biggest diameter light I've ever seen on anything in the air. And as it got over me, it turned and started going straight west. And when it went west, I could see a silhouette of it in the sky, and it was a giant black pyramid, as big as a 2-story house. And it didn't make a sound.
A pyramid?
And I watched it probably for a good few minutes. So, of course, for the next year or so, everyone's making fun of me. You see the UFOs, blah, blah, blah. A year later after that, my friend's like, did you ever Google it to see if anyone else saw it? So I'm like, no. And I Googled it, and someone did get it on video the same night I saw it. And if you go to YouTube and type in, search Black Pyramid UFO Fort Lauderdale, it comes right up. And it was they got it on video about 3 miles from where I saw it, same night, same thing, Black Pyramid just sitting over the water. And, that's the only time I've ever seen one, but it was definitely, it wasn't a blimp, wasn't a hot air balloon, made no sound at all. Definite big black pyramid. And I see other black pyramids.
Black pyramids, man, that's incredible. You didn't have a camera, but you did see somebody else post.
No, I didn't have my phone on me at the time, so I couldn't get a video of it. But I said, someone did get a video of it the same night I saw it, about 3 miles from where I saw it.
Okay, where was
this? If you go to YouTube and type in Black Pyramid UFO Fort Lauderdale, it comes right up. And I saw it. I was in Oakland Park. I was in Oakland Park when I saw it. Yeah.
Black Pyramid and
UFO Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. We got your phone number, so we'll give you a call next week if we could get in touch with the person that shot that video and share it to the world, man. Hey, thanks for calling in, okay?
Awesome. Thanks, Blake.
Appreciate the heads up, dude. That's awesome. Okay, we got a couple more callers real fast. We got to go through it. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get to everybody. We'll see. 805, you're live, third phase.
Hey, Blake, this is Frank in Santa Barbara. Hey, real quick, I'm going to actually need more time to speak to you privately. I got something really big and serious you might be interested in. It has to do with the, the visits, and it has to do with the lights, the recent UFOs, and it has to do with our Earth. and the Antarctic. So I don't know if you want to stay after the show and call me directly, or I can call you, because there's going to be no time to.
Okay, you got some UFO evidence, like videos, or you want to just do a discussion on the UFO phenomenon?
Well, it's not discussion. It's a lot of experience I've been having since I was a child, and also after I got discharged from the military, and recently to current events happening at home, and also while traveling and camping with my kids. And I'm really, I need to get this out of my chest. It's pretty big, and it's going to take a while.
You know what, sir? What's your name?
Frank.
Let's extend the show. We got about 5 minutes. And then maybe we could get into something that at least get something off your chest. How were you discharged from the military?
I had medical discharge from some injuries, spinal injuries between my L3, L4, and S1. That was just medically nerve damage due to impact and force trauma while serving. But let me just get real quick. Everything started when I was about 4 or 5 years old, if I can remember. My mom telling me that I used to sleepwalk a lot, and I used to be found in different areas of the house, undressed, sometimes dressed, sometimes vomiting, noxious, vomiting white liquid. And, I was really sick when I was young. Cut the story short, throughout the years, I've been having these issues until I was 10 years old. I recall looking at 2 tall men and 1 short little dude, great people. I was scared of my mind. It caused me trauma. It caused me to be afraid of the dark, to be afraid of even being alone at night. And cut the story short, recently I started having dreams with me waking up and my partner telling me that she's found me on the backyard, and everything started happening all over again, like since I was a child. And I started having visions, and I can see myself on this type of device, like machine, with no pilot, nothing, just like seats. And these 2 tall men and 1 short man talking to me through my mind. I don't know how to explain it, but I can hear them and I can understand what they're saying, and they can hear me telling me not to fear. And they took me to this place where it was just a lot of snow. It looked like the Antarctic, or it looked like the North Pole. And they took me to this area over the Antarctic where they had land in the middle of nowhere, and it seemed like it had its own sun, but it had other people there. It had like human people that looked like us, just with a little bit differences on their eyes. And they were telling us that this is what it's coming to, this is what it's getting to, and if they can please get into me, if I give them permission to do that, they will not hurt me. So I remember waking up on this platform, and they were telling me what type of things they're going to be doing to me. And they started poking on my feet and poking on my skin, and then they started putting needles. And I remember I swallowed some type of liquid, and I remember the taste and the feeling, and it took me back to when I was a child, and the lady, or a female type of alien, because I could tell she was a female. She told me not to fear, that they've been doing this since I was a child, and also that they have my son there with me, and I didn't notice, but when I looked over, they have my baby there with them, my 4-year-old, and I got so mad.
Wow. Frank, you know what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to finish up your story tonight, and I can't get to every single caller tonight. It's Third Phase Moon Radio, and it's going big. So what we're going to do next week, Friday, join us. We're going to extend it. We're going to extend the radio show so more callers like Frank could call in. We got Frank's contact, so we're going to get in touch with Frank, and you be sure to look out for that. Okay, Frank? We're going to get contact to you within the next day or so. So stand by for that. I appreciate the call in, my friend. Wow, okay. That's amazing stuff. I can't believe all the callers that called in about close encounters with extraterrestrials. Alien visitation is happening, people. And people are videotaping them. And if you capture them, Submit it to Third Phase of the Moon via Skype, Facebook. Go to our About page. Our contact information is there. It's there, people, and we're standing by. As always, Third Phase of the Moon is the place to submit your UFO footage, because when you do, you submit it to the world. This is Blake Cousins. Everybody keep your eyes on the skies. We're not alone, people. We'll see you again next time.
Third phase of the moon.
Keep your eyes on the sky. We're not alone.
We'll see you again next time.
We have an unidentified flying object. We have an unidentified flying object. We have an unidentified